Hello, 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 everyone. I'm back. I'm back to get on some of y'all nerves. I'm back so some of y'all can enjoy my soothing voice. I'm back to read. I am refreshed and ready to go. My name is Kim, and I will be discussing life after Donald Trump. Now, before I get into anything, I just want to say everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, okay? Even in the comments, why not? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you had a good day with your family, celebrating thankfulness. Okay, I hope you ate good food. I hope you were being healthy as well. I hope you are managing your stress and enjoying this time off. If you still have off, if you have a long weekend. I'm doing well. I'm still recovering, still getting it together. I took a long break, the longest break I've ever taken. From the channel because I needed one. I don't know. I just, outside of being tired of talking about all this stuff, I felt the energy was heavy in a way that wasn't necessarily bad, but at the same time, the most intense energy that I just needed to get away from. Quite frankly, my guides were quiet, and I felt like I needed to be quiet. I needed to just be in my own body. I needed to be present. Not to say I'm not present. I'm not explaining it correctly. But I needed to just be. Okay, so I took some time off from reading. I did a little bit of meditating. I just took time to not touch any cards, to not expel my energy, to put my energy in other things that I enjoy doing. And I just felt like, okay, yesterday I felt like, okay, I'm ready to jump back in and get back to it and to share in this moment, this space that we're all in with you guys. And I hope that I can keep the energy. If I can't, I will take another break, because it's important. It's important to take breaks for yourself. It's important to keep your energy for yourself sometimes, especially if you are in the helping profession or if you do this kind of spiritual work. It's important to not expel too much, not do too much, okay? So, taking the break helped me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I took the break. It wasn't planned. It wasn't. I just was like, I don't want to record. I don't want to set up. I don't want to. The energy is we're in the worst part of it. And I didn't know if it was coming back. I didn't know. Part of me was like, yes, I'm going to continue doing this. But it was sort of just like an idea in my head, not really a super tangible thing. Okay? So that's where I am. And I'm back, though. I've decided I'm going to continue this. And just continuing to do this work and explore what is happening. And it also helped me put some things into perspective in terms of this, my gifts and this work. Someone said a comment. It made me laugh that I saw, was it earlier this week? Or this past weekend, someone watched one of my older videos when I first started doing this about the post-election video they were watching, and they were like, nine parts. I blocked this person, by the way. I didn't even respond to them because it made me laugh. But it was like 9 parts and you still get it wrong. Why would I listen to someone who even got the election wrong? And it made me laugh. And it made me laugh because it really made me think about why people come to these channels, these types of channels, psychics and readers and things like that, and they come to the channels for answers, or they come to psychics and readers, and it's all under the same umbrella. But I'm differentiating because that's what some of y'all do, okay? But some of y'all, they come to these channels looking for like answers, and the expectation is that the person knows everything. Not all, not everyone, but I think a small amount of people out of the thousands and thousands of people who watch these channels like mine, they come with these expectations of like, we know everything. And I always explicitly say that I don't know everything. And, that sort of comment, when I look at, back in the day, I would have been very, not offended, but it would have affected me in a sense of like, when I first started integrating and doing this, like I had imposter syndrome, because it's like, is this real? Sometimes you might question it, but I'm not there. I'm not in that space anymore. I'm far beyond that. But it's just like, some people that make comments like that, they don't understand how, I'm only speaking from my perspective of being in these spaces and doing this work. And the incredible things I've seen to affirm that what I do, what I see and feel is real. That when those type of comments come up, like you got it wrong, or like, it's just like I look back on the prediction I made regarding Kamala, and I know it wasn't wrong. It's just when you're looking at cards, it's just an interpretation of what you feel is going to happen. And sometimes the interpretation is it's different than what the universe or spirit or your guides or source is telling you. And I just wish people, it's not about believing for me. It's about, and maybe it shouldn't even be understanding, because some people is just not going to be able to wrap their mind around it. But I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I don't know, it just popped into my head. And every time I think about it, it makes me laugh. Because it's just like the amount of energy that goes into the work that our type of channel, the work that we do on these channels is so much. It takes a lot out of you. And I can only share what I see, but I wouldn't criticize someone else's prediction if it doesn't come to pass, because I have said things. Even now, I look at the news, and not the news, but the truth of things, and I see it. I'm like, wow, I talked about that, and that's happening. So it's really not about, for me anyway, it's not about being right in terms of what the expectation is. Like, we know everything and we have to be perfect in our predictions. No, they're the bells. But I don't know. I'm just yammering. I'm yammering. I'm just talking because I haven't spoken a long time. But anyway, moving on from that. Y'all see Donald Trump? Do y'all see him? He is walking around like Frankenstein's monster. He's walking around like one of the zombies from the Thriller music video. Leg just a dragon. Just dragon, child. Can't walk, hunched over. Voice sounds like he just constantly wakes up from naps. Just hoarse, tired, not sleeping, can't think straight. News is turning on him. Walls closing in. I don't think he has any more clones left, y'all. Y'all know my clone theory about Donald Trump. How he had a factory of clones. And, that's why he disappears. And they just bring in a new clone. This is a joke. I'm not serious. But it's funny to say nonetheless, at least to me. But, he's ran out of clones. And so he's very unwell. Did he release them files yet? I saw that they redacted a bunch of stuff. I saw that they, since May, the FBI had a task force where people was working overtime and was redacting, and they had binders on, to redact any information. I mean, they're scrubbing. That's, they're scrubbing everything, like I said. And, it's cool. It's fine. It's whatever. But I find it interesting that I'm looking at, you have the New York Times and even the New York Post. They're like making all these articles, especially New York Times too, though. They're making all these articles against Trump now, saying he's old and indigent. He can't work. He's sleeping all the time. He's going on less appearances. World's closing in on him, child. More and more. More and more. It's not looking good for him. And I still hold fast to his essence going. And that is what will happen. Because everything else is just, static. And that's what I will be exploring, not his essence leaving, but life after him. And what will happen to certain people as a consequence of him perishing. And there's also rumor that is an exclusive coming regarding him firing a bunch of people. He trying to impeach Pete Hegseth. They want him out. Republicans are turning on Donald Trump. So-called, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And I listen, this is not news. The tower is always in their energy. Things are falling apart. And the thing about it is, once he's gone, we're still going to have a problem on our hands, because I think Donald Trump is a symptom of a larger problem. He's like a disease. And him winning again is just something. It's like when you think of, I'm being shown an image of like underwater, deep in the ocean, where there's like things happening underneath, volcanoes erupting, or we don't see it on the surface. That's him. And then all of a sudden you have an eruption, or you have, he's the tsunami that's sort of like, exposing all of our problems, exposing people that need to be exposed. He's just a symptom, because the problems will still, anyway, y'all know how I feel about that. We'll still have problems on our hands. He doesn't just, but I think it'll be easier to eradicate without that person there, without him there. So that's what I want to explore. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do. I have an idea in my head how I would like to explore life after Trump. And I am going to let my guides guide me. I'm going to ask them to guide my hand. Usually when I wing it, I feel like that is the best time. That's, when it's less control, I get the best answers. So I had an idea. I want to ask my guides, ask Spirit to show me, to identify through each card a person I want to explore. A person I want to explore. And what deck should I use? I will use the OG. I will use this one. So maybe I'll do it in chapters. So this is life after Donald Trump. And we know, I've talked about in my channel messages. Woo, child, I forgot. My mind went blank. In my channel messages, I talked about a lot of people and their outcome. Their, overall outcome, what will happen to them. But more specifically, I want to focus on life after Donald Trump, because a lot of people are going to get a lot of consequence. They're going to be left holding the bag, which is what happens with him. And I think some of them know that. Y'all see Marjorie? Child. I think she's going to try and run for Senate. Y'all remember all of those major cards she had in her reading. She's not going anywhere. And there's a lot of people that support her. A lot of white women. Oh yeah. Okay, show me Donald Trump. Give me a card for Donald, please, Spirit. Show me Donald Trump. When he signed, okay, which one, y'all? All right, so that's too many. That's too many. Okay. I'll do the bottom one. Seven of Swords. Apt. Donald Trump. Seven of Swords. Okay. Y'all know what the Seven of Swords is, right? Seven of Swords is about deception, thievery, lying, cheating, corruption, sneakiness. Okay? That's that for him. So let's keep him in the middle. Why not? Well, let me see. I have an image in my head of how this should look. I'll keep him here. And let's see, who do I want to explore first? Let me ask. Show me an image of the person I should look at. I'm hearing Pam Bondi, so let's look at her. She runs the Department of Trump. It used to be the Department of Justice. Didn't I tell y'all Letitia James would be fine? Y'all see those cases got dismissed for Letitia James and James Comey. We'll see what they do if they try to appeal. They got a lot on their plate. They got a lot going on. So I don't know. I do not know. Okay. Show me Pam Bondi. Show me Pam Bondi, please. Give me her card. Who is she in this deck? This is Donald. Okay. Okay. Okay, she's the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about lessons. All right, so this is Pam. I'll put her here. I'll put her like this. All right. And I'm going to take another deck and show me her life after Trump. I'll do this one. Make sure. Okay. Show me Pam Bondi's life after Donald Trump. So I'm going to do us also, okay, US Collective, and see what our lives will look like after Donald Trump. The Magician, interesting. Pam Bondi. Five of Wands. Exposure. Two of Cups. Interesting. Five of Wands in between. Death. The end of something. Always drop. It's not listen. It's not one of my videos if I'm not dropping something. It's not a party until I drop at least one thing. Okay. All right. Okay. Got two major cards here. Five of Swords. Two fives. Seven of Swords. Herself. Seven of Swords herself. Interesting. Trump is the Seven of Swords, okay? Again, guys, this is life after Trump. Okay? The Fool, new beginning. One more. Eight of Pentacles. She wants out, is what I hear. She wants out. A lot of people who, not the most unhinged, crazy ones, right? But a lot of people who aligned themselves with Donald Trump, they didn't expect it to be this way, this bad. She knows she's breaking the law a lot. And this is the Five of Swords here. This is what I feel in this energy, is that it's not guilt, it's for her own. She knows what she's doing is wrong. She knows that she has put herself, she's broken the law a lot, and she's put herself on the line a lot. And it's like she didn't expect it to be this way. But she can't turn back now. I see internal conflict. Okay, the Magician there is she's wielding a lot of power. Show me if she likes that. I feel like she does. I'm hearing she does, but show me in the cards, please. Can you show me? You know, Magician. Okay, these two cards popped out. The Hangman and the Two of Pentacles. Let me move these over so you can see everything. The Hangman and the Two of Pentacles. If she likes it. The Hangman here is a perspective. And a shift in perspective, and reprioritizing what's important for her after Trump. Show me choice. There's going to be a shift for her. She will have to choose. It feels like her current energy now feels like she's waiting for the other shoe to drop. But once Trump is gone, she might get fired while he's there. She may be fired while he's there, but she's still doing his bidding, so I don't... Alright, let me just give me a second here. What was I asking? Her choice. Does she have a choice to make after Trump? Three of Pentacles keeps coming up. It keeps coming up in her energy. I keep seeing it. Four of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Just think about her legacy. Knight of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. I don't see choice here. I see selfishness. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is her card for some reason. Collaboration. I'm a little rusty, guys, but bear with me here. I'm waiting for the engine to rev up. Ten of Pentacles is playing a role here. Ten of Pentacles is about, let me move this over here. Ten of Pentacles is about, I want you guys to see everything. Ten of Pentacles is about your legacy, what you leave behind, you know, for the future. She's thinking a lot about a lot of all those things, but there's still this power here, you know, the Magician with the Five of Wands and the Two of Cups here on this side, which is fine. I find interesting the Two of Cups is there. I have a feeling I know what that is. Her husband's face keeps popping up in my head. Show me a clarifier for the Two of Cups. Five of Cups as a clarifier. Is she married? I'm not sure if she is. Maybe she is. I know she's in a relationship and it's a weird relationship. But she may lose that. The Two of Cups is here. It feels like romantic connection that she'll lose. That's what it feels like in this, after Trump, in this energy here. She's really thinking she is after Trump, there's something there's something that's going to happen before he may fire her. I would have to explore how he views her, but there's something in her energy where she's afraid of that. It feels like, I don't see it in here, but I'm hearing that, and I sense that in energy. But after all these two major cards here, she has 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards. This Seven of Swords and this the Fool and the Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords is also about leaving a situation that's not good for you, like just a terrible situation that isn't good for you, and she's focused. She'll be focused on that to get into a new beginning with the Fool here. Like, she knows she'll be in a sticky situation. She's going to have issues with her marriage. If she's married, I don't really know if that's been confirmed or not. But Five of Wands is about exposure. She's going to be exposed for a lot of things, okay? Regarding her power, regarding, the Magician could be, I see this twofold here, because I see the power. I don't know how intelligent she is, but power I'm just seeing. And in manipulation, we have power here, and then this sort of working, this manipulation being exposed with the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of conflict as well. People having their own agenda, a lot of fives here. 1, 2, she has 3 fives. A lot of conflict after Trump, which, it's what she deserves. And this Hangman here, this suspension, to change perspective, to figure out perhaps where does she go from here, collaborating in some way, doing things behind the scenes, prioritizing what's important, prioritizing her power or what she knows, what information she knows. But it's really, you know, you have death here, and death is like transition and transformation, but it's the end of a cycle. Something with her relationship. I don't know why, but this is her energy, so maybe that is an important part of her life. But she's gonna lose her relationship. It could be like, let me see. Hold on. I feel that it's a romantic connection, but I don't care about that. Oh, I could just ask. Wait, let me get a card first. And I'm going to move on. The tower on the bottom. You see that? The tower, what is it? Yeah, it's a romantic connection. 4 of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. Five of Swords, a lot of inner conflict. A lot of lost. She on the one hand, it feels like she'll be, let me see, will Donald Trump fire her? Okay. All right. Spirit. Is Pam Bondi's job in jeopardy currently? Is your job currently in jeopardy? Pam Bondi's job in jeopardy. It's saying yes. Clear the center. Her job is in jeopardy. That's what I feel. Will she be fired? Will Donald Trump fire her? No. Interesting. Clear the center. Will she end up resigning? Will she end up resigning? Yes. Okay. Okay. Will this happen? Will this happen before Donald Trump exits? Will this happen before Donald Trump is saying yes? Okay. Yes. Clear the center. Clear the center. Thank you. Will she... There's something in her energy. I don't care about her romantic life. They're showing me that for a reason now, and it's in her energy. I'm assuming that's why. But there's something about he's collecting something, information, or let's see. I'm going to ask this question. Will she be forced to share information? Will she be forced to share? Yes. There's something with the Magician that is about information that she'll be forced to share after Trump. Like she'll be fighting, but not the kind of fighting, it's not that kind of fight, but internally, Like, she knows she did a lot of wrong, she broke the law. She did things that she was not supposed to do. This about this romantic connection she had, her boyfriend or fiance or husband, whatever he is. She's gonna lose that, but there's something deeper here too. It's like the loss of a foundation, the loss of some sort of balance and stability after Trump. Five of Swords is about winning at all costs, but that's not what this is. She has the 5 and the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. A lot of loss, a lot of internal conflict. She's going to be fighting for stability, but I don't see, it's no fighting cards here, but I see her with the 8 of Pentacles. It's like, and the 10 of Pentacles, and she's going to be forced to share information to get out of the sticky situation she will find herself in. But she may resign before Trump. She may resign. She may end up resigning from her position. And I funnily enough, when I looked at her, every time I hear her name or they talk about her, it doesn't seem like she'll be there permanently. Okay, moving on from that. I'm checking the time. Already 40 minutes in. I be talking too much. That's why I'm not good at YouTube. Maybe I need to do podcasts instead. I am not good at YouTube. I couldn't do a short form video to save my life. All right, who am I doing next? Pete Hegseth. That's who I heard, and that's whose face I saw. Show me who Pete is in this deck. Give me Pete, please. Oh yeah, 3 of Cups. Oh, Mr. Like his beverages. 3 of Cups. This Pete came up. And again, I'm not judging someone who has a disorder, a disease, but he does like it. Pam Bondi is very, she got a lot of explaining to do, and she knows that deep down. Okay. Pete, life after Trump. I'll tell you, they can't stand that man. This person. They can't stand this person. Pete. Child. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is like total isolation. It's about being left out in the cold, child. You don't have any friends. You're getting the short end of the stick. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants to talk to you. It's the victim mentality, the 5 of Pentacles, okay? It doesn't mean that's the reality, but you lose with the 5 of Pentacles energy. 6 of Swords flew out after the 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords is about transition, okay? Whether you like it or not, because with the 5 of Pentacles there, I'll see what the next card is. This is telling a story already. Pam Bondi's, it was a little bit more, it was not harder to interpret because there's a lot of conflict in her energy. She's thinking a lot. Thinking about all the laws she's broken. Thinking about ignoring the Constitution. Like all those things she's done. That's why the Hangman is in her energy. She has a perspective to shift on. Okay? So her life after Trump will be in limbo. But she'll have some work to do in terms of answering the call for her karma. Okay, show me life after Trump. What will happen after Trump to Pete Hegseth? What is going on here? So, okay, and one more shuffle. Temperance on the bottom. He might got some peace coming to him. Ace of Swords. These people, this man is very damaged. You know? He is these people have a slew of issues and they have all this power. Listen. Eight of Swords. What I said. He may learn some lessons. Strength. You have this man goes, they're gonna be. Do y'all remember? But the thing about Pete Hegseth is that he's just as bad as Trump. Nine of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Very, very interesting. Nine of Wands. He's going to go through a period of darkness. And Temperance is here. That's his card. Temperance is definitely his card. And Two of Swords. Two of Swords wants to come out. Okay, calm down. Let's all just relax, cards. Okay. He has two major cards. Pete Hegseth. He's gonna face a hard time. Okay. The tower just fell out. It just fell out in the star. He's going to face a really hard time. You know that? Because the star is here and the tower is here. Okay? I know that looks a mess, but bear with me. My eyesight isn't the best. He's going to face a hard time. And I'm looking at these cards. There's two things are going to happen to him, to Pete, after Trump. He's going to fall apart. His world, first of all, this card fell out first, the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a minor card. It's dealing with everyday stuff, but this is who he is. He's the victim, okay? And he lives in a dark place. That's why he drinks. He has a lot of problems. Okay, and I'm speaking about a person whom I don't like, but keeping it real. Okay, he's got some darkness, and he's gonna go through a harsh time after Trump. That's why the Nine of Wands is there, and the Nine of Wands, it's a card that says, you know, you're going through it, but it's almost at its end. Okay, it's a difficult time for you. But whenever the Nine of Wands comes out, and the way I interpret it, the person is going through it. It's a tra-la-la. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Sort of keep on pushing. It's a card of perseverance. It's a card of resiliency. And it encourages you, you know, you're almost through this hard time. You just got to keep going. But you going through it with the Nine of Wands. Okay? He's going to be going through it when Trump goes. That's his guy. That's his guy. I was about to say something crude, but I'm not. But they glaze each other hard. Okay? And so you have the Six of Swords next, which is like, he's going to go through a period of darkness, and then out through that period of darkness, he's going to come to the other side. And he's really, honestly, I'm about to say, after a period of time, he's going to see the error of his ways. He's going to be, what's the word? What's the word when you are on your knees? He's begging, not, he's going to have a rock bottom, but when you're on your knees and you're like praying, like you've gone through, you've done so much, and you just want not forgiveness, but you are surrendering to, you know. Anyway, not to be dramatic, but the Tower is there, and his world is going to fall apart after Trump. He's going to be seeking penance. He's going to be seeking faith. He's going to be seeking healing. There's a lot of, you see, strength here it's a card of resilience as well. It's, you know, you have to recognize and use your inner resources to get through the harsh times you'll be going through in life. And that's what he will be going through after Trump. Okay, so look, he has the Six of Pentacles there, which is a give and take. It's a card of support, but it's also a card of like accepting help, you know, accepting charity. He's going to be like, is proffering the word? That's not the word. Y'all put down in the comments what word I'm talking. When you have a need to get on your knees and just like pray. But not begging, because you don't have to beg when you pray. But like you're just like, oh, you know, like your arms is out and you're just like, please. That's what he's going to be brought to his knees. Because you have hard times, and then you have on the other side healing coming in and faith, and you know, he's going to be messed up. You have the Eight of Swords here, which is almost like this is getting arrested. This is getting arrested. Let me see. Let me get a clarifier for the Eight of Swords here. But that's what it feels like for him. He's going to go through a hard time. He's going to go through a hard time, Pete Hexa, because his best buddy will be gone. And he knows that once that happens, he's not going to be protected. And he's going to face a lot of trials and tribulations. But because of the trials and tribulations, he will surrender. That Five of Pentacles came out. That is the clear indication of someone who death. Yeah. That is a clear indication of someone who is going to be isolated, alone, no friends. You're going through it. And I've read for him in terms of his outcome a lot of times. And it's pretty much always, the Tower always is there for him. Pete Hexa, you have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. It's going to be hard for him to get to that point. It's not going to happen easily. The strength card is about surrendering to getting to that point. But the Two of Swords is here. But he has temperance. He has the Six of Swords. But for P. Hegseth, things won't look good for him. He's going to go through a lot. He's going to go through a lot. To the point where he won't have a choice but to surrender to the mess. Because his best buddy will be no longer there to protect him. Ciao. Let's do Kamala. What time is it? Let's see. I'm doing the people that I feel are actually, let's do us and then I'll do Kamala. I'm doing the people that are I'm going to do a two-part of it. I know I was going to do my mind just went blank. I knew I was going to do exploring the new year. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that second part. I'm going to do the second part of this. I'm going to do the month of December tomorrow. Let's do us. Show me the U.S. collective. It's so much stuff happening. all these text messages, all these emails being exposed. I said this was the month of exposure, and it's all these things. Who is doing this is my question. Who is doing this? Exposing these conversations with Russia, these representatives. Oh man. We're in the upside down. Show us the U.S. collective. Justice. This is us. Fitting. Donald Trump. It's us. Show our life after Trump. What is that? The Hermit. The Hermit. We'll be at a crossroads. We will be at a crossroad. Oh, it's the star popped around. Hope and faith. Very nice. No, I'm not doing Stephen Miller. I know y'all gonna ask me. You know why? Because maybe I will do him. I'll do the dregs in part 2. He is going to disappear into the corners of the internet. He's a lizard. You know who else? Oh, that's too many. Maybe not. That's too many. Let's do that. That's too many. Peter Thiel. Is that how you say his name? Thiel? Thiel? He is the Antichrist. And I'm not talking about the Bible, fire and brimstone, Damien sort of 666, mark of the beast sort of thing. But when you think of JC, and he's literally opposite of that. 5 of Cups, yeah. I could see that. I can see that. Lots of grief, lots of mourning, the loss of normalcy. Because once Trump goes, we still have problems on our hand. He's just a symptom of a larger problem. He scares me, that man, Peter Thiel. I have channeled him. I will never do that again. But I saw he keeps talking about the Antichrist, and he's literally describing himself. Frightening. There's something very dangerous about him. Okay. The collective. We have the world. That's a card. I'll get to that. Page of Cups is always in our energy. Wait, I might have to shuffle. Yeah, I have to shuffle. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Nope. 5 of Pentacles. Yep. We still have problems, guys, okay? 6 of Cups. 9 of Swords. Yep. Sounds about right. The Hangman. Where do we go from here? What's going to happen next? 2 of Swords. Uncertainty. Okay. And some more denial, perhaps. A lot of people are in denial. It's interesting. The Emperor. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. It's interesting. I talk a lot about everyone is like, I don't want to upset some of you with my words. The world is ours too. That's what, and the 3 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands is here. But when Donald Trump goes, things, well, yeah, he'll be gone. That would be good. Because he has to go for things to move forward. He's keeping us stuck in this, his essence makes people go insane, and it triggers the level of hatred in the world, emboldens people. But it's mostly, it's chaos is what we have to deal with now as a society. And it's worse than ever. When he goes, we'll still have problems. What his presence has done this time around is it has exposed not only the people who didn't get exposed the first time, but it exposed the issues in our system on both parts. Our government as a whole, and what needs to change. It has exposed what needs to happen. I see a lot of people who were in denial about that, and changing their tune, and really finally seeing what we need to change. Things have to really truly change. He can't go away and then we just become anyway. The problems will still exist, and we can't ignore that. But life after Trump for us, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major cards, which is pretty cool. It'll be difficult. 9 of Wands is there at the bottom. Okay, we'll be looking towards the future with the 3 of Wands. There'll be an end of a cycle with the world here. The Hermit is a crossroads. Okay, so we have to decide where we are going as a society, as a collective. Do we go left? Do we go right? So there's this withdrawal and introspection as to, what will happen. You have the Six of Cups there at the bottom of that with the star next to the Hermit. And this story here is saying, like, what lessons did we learn? Okay. Our hope, our faith, inner guidance, that's what we will be looking at. Because whereas on the other hand, we have these feelings of like loss, grief, fear, anxiety, worry, with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups there. Maybe even for some, a loss of faith. Okay, you have the Hangman, this limbo here. Again, a suspension when he's gone. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with this new person? I'll get into that when I do Kamala. But anyway, there's a really interesting energy here for us. The story won't be over when he goes. He is the antidote. His leaving, though. You have the Emperor. There's a lot of power and authority. Okay? And the Six of Pentacles, that being given to us. Some of us still seeing, though, the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, that we don't, have that. It feels like. But this is a minor card. This is the prominent energy here. Okay? Recognizing that the people have the power, the people have the authority. That's what they don't want us to know. But, people are slowly beginning to... There's a lot happening. Okay, so life after Trump is the end of a cycle for us. I was looking into, looking at results. We're waiting for what's going to happen. Waiting for something to come in. Some of us holding the faith and keeping the faith and feeling good. Some of us feeling the loss. We choose to respond to these sort of situations very differently as people. Some of us choose to look at the hope and the faith and keep it. And not to say that people who don't look at that immediately don't have that, but they prefer to look at the grief and the loss of everything that has happened. It hasn't been a full year. We didn't have to be here. But but at the end of it, the Nine of Wands is here. It's the light at the end of the tunnel, but we'll be sort of trying to figure out what we're navigating through. Looking at the losses, it feels very introspective, this, for us. A loss of trust, a loss of, self-trust, a loss of it's a lot, because a lot will be revealed when he goes. I've heard horrible things about ICE agents and personal stories just from the work that I've done. People being accosted and, just horrible things, terrible things. And so my energy has been lately, we're also focused on when this will end, but we have a long way to go. It's not just him being kicked out of the office or dying. It's, it's a really bad stuff happening. I don't mean to be downer, but Kamala, it's bad, guys. I know y'all know, but when you hear it and you hear the personal story from a person that you know, or it's much different than hearing it and reading about it. Hits you differently. It hits you very differently. It's 4 o'clock. Kamala, show me Kamala. Who is she in this deck? We will see it and hear a lot. You know, like, like they did with, why is this upside down? You know, with 9/11, when they showed the first responders, or when they did January 6th, like those, we will be seeing, and it will. Anyway, okay, Kamala, show me Kamala. Show me Kamala. The world. The sun. Isn't that apt? The person's naked and it just shows the naked person. Hope I don't get demonetized. Alright. Or removed. I might try to cut that, edit that part out, I don't know. But the sun. That's apt. That is apt for her. Life after Trump for Kamala. Let's see. Okay. Life after Trump, Kamala. Alright. It's time for a new deck. Telling me to use this one. Keep saying look, and the sun is here too. Oh, this one's closed. That one's not really nude though. You don't see anything. Okay. Life after Trump for Kamala. Six of Pentacles. Support. Support. Alright. Five of Wands on the bottom. Two of Swords. Again, like I talked about, she's on a journey of rediscovery. Okay, rediscovering. Seven of Wands. Okay, finding your voice. Look, after the Two of Swords. That's what that's about. Standing your ground, defending yourself. Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. Ten of Cups. The Chariot. Two of Swords is about you can't see, you're telling yourself, I can't make a choice, I can't see in front of me, I can't, But then the Seven of Wands after that energy is about finding your voice again, asserting yourself, protecting yourself. My right ear is ringing. The Chariot is about taking control, racing towards your goals, racing towards the finish line. Okay, it's a card of battle. Ace of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Four of Wands. Strength. Let me tell you something. Building a solid foundation. These four cards here. This here tells a story. The six of Pentacles is a give and take. This is her support. This is her support, whether it's the collective or her family. Rallying around her voice being shut, or her not being able to see or make a decision, or feeling like, but something shifts to where she comes out and finds her voice again. I think that's happening now, quite frankly. Okay, and you have the Chariot here. Oof, the Chariot. It's one of my favorite cards, actually. I love when I see the Chariot comes out when people was done wrong. I love when it comes out because it's really like, it could be recognizing that you're a warrior, you're a fighter, you have control, you take control. You are nothing could knock you off your game, your focus. And the Strength card is there for her. And the Strength, I would say that's the energy she's in now, also without making a decision, I'm not ready to go back out. That's what she's saying now. But I'm not leaving either. And the Strength card is you let things happen organically. You don't have to force it. Things that you want to come to you in life, goals you want to, things you want people to do, you don't have to be forceful with the Strength card because it says it's coming. It's coming, whatever it is. Ace of Swords. With the Seven of Wands, forget it. Clarity, new clarity, expansion with the Ace of Pentacles. But with the Ace of Swords, new clarity is talking, communication. It's not done. Five of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Death. And Judgment. This is a story, and this life after Trump for her is really coming from the Five of Pentacles energy all the way into Judgment. Judgment. Death and Judgment, an end of something. Knight of Wands is taking inspired action, it's taking action. It's about authority, it's about a little bit of aggressiveness with the Knight of Wands. And death is transformative, it's the end of something. And Judgment is about what you put out into the world, you get back to you. It's a rebirth. Judgment. It's a awakening. Oh man. Kamala Harris, guys. She won this election, and I don't care how crazy it sounds. And I don't want people to, when people say things like, the so-and-so voted, but when you look at his approval rating, it's like, okay, so how did he win? And one side of their mouth, they're saying MAGA is a small group, and then the other side of their mouth, he didn't win. And that just makes me want to, I've accepted that this happened, but it still pisses me off. But anyway, life after Trump for Kamala Harris looks very good. She is regaining her, perhaps even the disillusionment. This Five of Pentacles here and the Knight of Wands. Working through that disillusionment that she currently feels. All the way into a rebirth. Listen, she's the sun. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards. And this is about balance. This is about, what's the word? Security, stability, new beginnings, new expansion, new growth, new clarity. After perhaps a time of feeling blind with the Two of Swords in this energy. Finding your voice, finding your strength, fighting a battle. Her story is not completed. And what that will look like, I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is I was about to say something. She will be of this earth. She will be living and breathing. I'm going to end here with her. But I'm going to continue this. I'm going to continue. I want to do JD Vance. And I'm only doing people that I sense, that the ones that hold some real effect. I mean, they all do. But like a Pam Bondi, who is the director of the Department of Justice. Like a Pete Hexa, those are things that have been affecting us directly. Okay, and I want to look at Linda McMahon. They're about to be sued real bad. Everybody's about to sue them. So those are the people I'll be looking at. Okay, and part 2. As well as some people from the Democratic side, like a AOC, like a Jasmine Crockett, like a Chuck Schumer. He has to go. Anyway, that's all I got, y'all. I hope you like this video. Please like the Thomasine. Please comment. I'm glad I'm back. I hope you're glad I'm back. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.